It just seems like everything was over explained with exposition, but it even made less sense to me, honestly. Hi, I'm Wes,
This is Penny.
and we're going to talk about Cuckoo. Teenager Gretchen, played by Hunter Schafer, moves to Germany with her father, stepmother, and half sister. She starts working at a hotel for creepy Dan Stevens doing another ridiculous accent, and there's a creepy red eyed lady chasing her for some reason. Okay, so what did you think of Cuckoo?
I kind of like it. I mean, I like certain things about it. I like certain parts of it, and there are things that I don't care for so much. But in general, I think it was a good time in the theater.
Yeah, I remember you saying you saw the trailer. It was like one of the best trailers you've seen.
Yeah.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I remember saying that, and I think the reason why I see it was specifically regarding to the part where she was on the bike, and
Yeah.
then there is this dark shadow chasing her, almost reaching her. I think it was a very, thrilling moment.
Well, yeah, it's like super creepy. And there's a couple of moments in here like that. And yeah, I liked it, but I still have a lot of problems with it. Similar to Longlegs. They both had this great marketing and this great direction throughout the movie, building up this mystery, and it kind of just flails at the end.
I agree. I mean, both movies, that's why I said I like both of them because I really had a good time, watching it, how it carries the story throughout. It's very fun, very engaging, and you keep wanting to find out what actually happened. And I agree that both movies, the what actually happened behind it was a little bit underwhelming, and it probably didn't have the best logic way to explain or, to make sense.
I thought the acting was great. I'm always a big fan of Dan Stevens. We actually just watched him again in Abigail. We watched it a second time. And even in that, he does this ridiculous, like, was it a Queen's accent?
Fucking hate ballet.
And now he's like a German guy, which I think I'm not a German expert or anything, but I thought he did an okay German accent. I mean, I kind of bought into it. It wasn't completely ridiculous, but
He said Gretchen.
yeah, never getting her name pronunciation right.
I wouldn't want to get hurt even more. As if I was stuck in a loop.
But I always like him. I love him in The Guest and Legion and stuff. Hunter Schafer, I thought she was really great in this. Basically, all I've seen her in is Euphoria, and you haven't watched Euphoria, but yeah, she was very good in it, and it's a very much ensemble cast now because a lot of the actors are in a lot of bigger movies now. What do you think of it?
I really like the acting. Not only him, which, I already like. Um, I think the main girl in the movie also did a really good job, in terms of acting. Yeah, I agree with you. I like the acting, the performance. I mean, him, I already was a fan of him. I liked him in Abigail a lot. And then I think the main actress in this movie also did a really good job creating that, that character of, a teenager in a situation where she don't know what to do. And then when she find out there's horrifying things happening, I think she also did a great job of, showing her fear
Hmm.
and showing her braveness of, carrying through the whole situation.
Yeah, and then she has this thing with her father where he's kind of like pushing her off to the side in favor of his new wife and her half sister. And there's that scene in the hospital where she's crying, kind of like trying to hold it back. I thought that was very well done by her. So how scary did you find the movie personally?
I find it,
Grab my arm a few
yeah, I
times.
find it pretty scary, and I think it's the type of scary that I like. I like a couple of jump scare. It kind of just like get your, your scaring your fear level up. And I think where I grabbed you, it was scary because it was this moth woman,
Mhm.
and it was kind of creepy the way they act.
Yeah, it's not like filled with jump scares or anything, but there are some really effective scares, especially the first like 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just kind of in a creepy way, and you don't know what's going on, and you're just kind of nervous and waiting for the next thing to happen.
Yeah, the dread
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, that's the type of like fear I like to receive.
Well, yeah, and it's like effective shots like the one where she's riding a bicycle and then she's seeing the shadow of someone chasing her. That just creeps me out, honestly. But just it doesn't have to be a jump scare where it makes you jump, but just something like that is just effective more so. So I think the biggest problem I had with this movie, same thing with Longlegs, is the last act. Like, it just seems like everything was over explained with exposition, but it even made less sense to me, honestly. I don't want to give away spoilers, but it is with these, like, with Longlegs and this, these indie horror movies, it is a little frustrating with, it's just so well acted and directed, and the plot, it seems like, it seems almost half-baked when they're building up this whole story for something, getting you intrigued, and just, like, kind of letting you down at the end.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I actually like Longlegs, the story plot in it, a little bit better because it actually was able to explain what happened, the doll and stuff. It's probably just a little underwhelmed for some people that it was not a super deep story. But I think for this one, I don't think it did a very good job even explaining what they're trying to do. Like what is the goal? It doesn't even mention, it doesn't have a beginning of there's no motive, there's no goal. It's just what happened.
Yeah, and it's like everyone has a German accent in it. They're explaining it super quick. So I think I missed a few parts of it, like the plot, because I mean, movies are kind of harder to hear now, and we watch everything with subtitles. So, but like I think I understood the reasoning behind it, and the two characters that are fighting between the two sides, one's Dan Stevens and one's another character, and I can kind of see their point of, they're probably the good guy in their own story, but I don't know. It was just really disappointing and it just really didn't make much sense.
To the end of the movie, I think, the way the actors were able to carry a story was great. If they could have done a little bit better on explaining why, the villains are doing this, then I think this could have been like one of my favorite like thriller movies. But yeah, it just wasn't there.
So give me your final thoughts and a rating.
I think I'm gonna rate this movie a 3.5 over 5. I really enjoyed the movie. I this is the type of movie I enjoy a lot. The reason why it's a bit less than Longlegs, as I said, I think Longlegs did a little bit better on explaining the reasoning, and then in this movie it's just I didn't capture anything that I can even persuade myself that this is what's happening.
Yeah, I'll probably go 3.5 with this as well. I was just very disappointed in where the plot led to, but I gotta give credit to like the superb acting, the superb direction, a lot of the ways this was shot to make it even more creepy and scary. But yeah, that whole third act was a letdown. So I wouldn't even like say to rush out to the theater to see this. I would say just you can wait till video. But yeah, I mean, yeah, with this and Longlegs, I mean they're not bad films, but I'd say they're a little disappointing, even though how well made they were. But that was our review of Cuckoo, and if you like this review and you want to see more, just hit that like button, hit that bell icon, and leave a comment to tell us what you thought of the movie. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.